So lately, I have been thinking about the concept of attachment theory and what the impact on our relationships, both as children and also as adults. I am finding that a great number of those who seek my services for relationship therapy have unresolved issues stemming from how they experienced their primary caregivers, namely their parents. According to one British psychiatrist, his name was John Bowlby, attachment is the lasting connectedness between human beings. He says that attachment begins in childhood when a child begins to form perceptions about whether the world is a safe place or not. One Erik Erikson also purports that children go through a process of emotional development depending on how they experience their caregivers early in life. For instance, a child between the ages of 0 to 3 is checking whether the world is a place they can trust, a place of safety, the people around them, whether those people can be trusted. So they are having to work with a crisis of trust versus mistrust. It is important for us to look at this aspect of our human experience, the way that we attach to others. The fact that there are too many marriages and long-term relationships that are ending in separation and divorce, or they are turning into toxicity and a lot of hurting. People are hurting so much because of their experience with people they love. It calls for us to really think about our attachment styles so that we can be able to understand better how to develop secure relationships with those people that we consider to be important in our lives. Now, there is a concept that is called a separation anxiety. This is where a child cries when their mother leaves them. A child who will cry a lot when mom leaves is usually afraid that mom is going to leave and will not come back. And so Bowlby tried to research this in order to understand attachment theory. How is it that some children, when mom leaves, they are okay, they will smile, they will say bye-bye, while others will cry and throw themselves on the floor and will be unconsolable until the mother comes back. So we want to look at that. It can help us understand the now adult relationships where people are very anxious in a relationship, very fearful of being left, of being abandoned. We want to see whether there is a connection between how they experience their parents and how they are experiencing their relationship in the current adult space. Children who are able to get their needs met. So when a child cries, there is somebody who answers that cry in an appropriate manner and time. Those children usually develop secure emotional connections because they can trust that their needs are going to be met. A child who experiences unpredictability, inconsistency in their needs being met when they are very young, they develop an anxious and fearful attachment style because they cannot predict how their needs are going to be met. And so they might develop a feeling of low self-worth, low self-value, and even low self-esteem. They might develop also a mistrust of the world. So they really feel like they cannot trust the people around their lives, especially if you find yourself developing relationships that don't meet your needs, relationships that are very dismissive, or relationships that are quite turbulent, very critical, and they trigger a lot of anxiety for you. We want to explore that so that you can heal the wounds of your childhood and can develop this secure attachment that we are talking about. And I know that as we talk more about the attachment theory, you will be able to gain more clarity and even develop better self-awareness when it comes to your relationship styles, how you connect with people, your expectations of what people should give you, your expectation of what you have to give, so that we can develop a healthier and secure experience with the relationship we seek for. Because I believe it will cast a lot of light into why we struggle so much with the relationships.